Good morning, everyone. Today we have Sanji Caldera from Sanji Caldera Associates to talk about one of the prevailing topics in migration, relating to migration. Now, first of all, we would like to welcome you back to Sri Lanka Morning Show program, Sanji.
Yes, good morning, Tushar. It's good to be back.
Sanji, what are we going to talk about today?
Today, we are going to talk about an organization called the Administrative Review Tribunal.
Right.
This is an independent body set up independent of the Department of Home Affairs to look into certain unfavorable decisions that the department will make, and if the applicant wishes to review those unfavorable decisions, then they can take those matters to the ART to be considered independently from the Department of Home Affairs.
So that means the Home Affairs cannot make any influence against the decision given by the ART.
Yes. When a decision is made by the Administrative Review Tribunal, it applies the same laws and regulations that the Department of Home Affairs will also apply for application. But they will look at it in a more independent manner. In most cases, they cannot change the decision. If they feel that the Department of Home Affairs had made a correct decision, then they will agree with the department and advise the applicant. However, if the Administrative Review Tribunal decides that they need to make a more favorable decision, they will refer the matter back to the Department of Home Affairs with a recommendation to give a favorable decision.
So will the Home Affairs review the decision given by them, or?
Look, majority of the time the Department of Home Affairs will respect the decision of the Administrative Review Tribunal and continue assessing if there was any balance matters to be handled. But there could be, on rare occasions, that the Department of Home Affairs will not acknowledge, disagree with the department and continue to make an unfavorable decision. At that time, the applicant could go back to the tribunal or take the matter up to a federal court.
Right, okay. Now, who can get the assistance from this ART, Sanji?
The short answer to that is anybody who has applied for a visa onshore, or when it comes to employer nomination, where an employer's nomination or the sponsorship has been refused, the employers can take the matter to the ART. But in majority of the cases, offshore applicants do not have access to the Administrative Review Tribunal, unfortunately. For example, if an offshore applicant applies for a tourist visa sponsored by their family member, and if that application is refused, though the applicant is offshore, the onshore sponsor has the right to go to the Administrative Review Tribunal and review the decision of the relative who is offshore.
Right, okay. Now, in that kind of situation, how the ART review process works, Sanji?
Yes. So, how it works is that currently, if on an onshore application, once an unfavorable decision is made, the applicant is given 28 days to lodge an application. You have to apply within that 28 days. And when it's an offshore matter, what the example I took, they give up to 70 days to lodge the application. It takes a long time currently at the tribunal. They can take up to 2 years because of the backlog. And a tribunal member, generally these tribunal members are from the legal profession. They can be retired judges or magistrates who will then review the file. They will review the entire file from the department and call for submissions from the applicant, and if the applicant also has a migration agent. And what he or she would do is make a decision on the available information. But majority of the time, when they can't make a decision on the available information, they will call the applicant and the representative for a hearing, a formal hearing. And they will go through and ask the questions and get a really good understanding of the situation, and they will make a decision based on that hearing and the available information.
With the instance that you've taken, now if the sponsor is applying or appeal for a review for the offshore applicant's visitor visa, if it takes about 2 years for the process at least, now do you think that it's worth?
Very good question, Tushara. We do recommend not to review those types of decision, because if someone wants to come for a holiday,
of course,
2 years down the track, they may not be interested. So what we do is for applicants like that, if there is merit, we will ask them to reapply with some additional information. What is more important is for people who are living in Australia, so the time period taken would not impact them really, because of the fact that they can continue to live in Australia and they will have the rights generally of the application that they have already made. So till the final decision comes from the ART.
So the same rights will apply until they get the final decision from the ART.
That is correct.
Right. Okay. So what are the outcomes of the ART?
So the outcomes of the ART, one good thing is that at the time of hearing, the Department of Home Affairs is not there like in courts to argue the case. The tribunal member will give all the opportunities to hear the applicant's side of the story. That when I say applicant, the applicant for the review, whether it's a company or individual, and take into account and make an independent decision whether to agree with the department or to advise the department to change the decision.
Now, Sanji, as a migration agent, what is your role at ART?
So, as a migration agent, when an applicant comes and talks about an unfavorable decision, I look into the matter and advise him of the chances of success, whether we should take the matter to the ART. And then the next thing is to gather as much as information, additional information to the ART that will assist the tribunal member to make a favorable decision. And most important thing, submissions, and also representing them at the tribunal, guiding them at the hearing what they need to, and the protocols involved, and where the tribunal member gives plenty of opportunity to migration agents to sum up and wrap up the case, and if there's anything that
during the hearing.
Right. So the applicant has to be the main person answering the questions, but we are given plenty of opportunity.
You can back up
to support the applicant's statements.
Now, Sanji, I think you have shared very valuable information to our viewers today. Thank you very much for joining Sri Lanka Morning Show program. Once again, we would like to have you to share to talk about some valuable topics in Sri Lanka Morning Show program. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's been good to talk to you today, Tushara.